Greetings, lords and ladies, Kaiser here, and welcome to another episode of our Bannerlord campaign. Now then, yes, we have not really gone far from where we ended last time, but I noticed that Deathhead over here has finally left Galand, and I wanted to just talk with him, get his story about Nereid's folly, and then continue with what I previously said I would do. So let's have a quick conversation with him.
Stop there, stranger. I bid you peace.
What is this
until
thing?
I find out who you are, anyway.
Oh, I'm guessing our siblings actually grew up a little bit. Not grew up, but aged up slightly. Right, I bid you peace, at least until I find out who you are, anyway. Okay. May I ask your name? I am Deathhead, King of the Vlandians. I am Lord of Galand and Sargot. I know your name. Congratulations on your victory in that tournament in Galand. Was he part of that? Were you one of the people I bonked? Maybe. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendraic? Mind you, you were in the keep, but despite the fact that I was victorious in the tournament, I was not allowed in. That is something that you, if I remember correctly, were actually able to do if you won a tournament in Warband. You could basically attend the feast as the champion. Let's see. It was a victory of the kind that is almost as bad as a defeat. We had given an oath to the Empire to join them if attacked. It seemed clear to me that we should have honored our oath, that the Batanians and Sturgians were aggressors, but there is always room to argue details. Ultimately, our barons did not wish to fight with the Empire, so they resisted coming to its help. Nereid, who, when he heard we were hesitating, sent us a message calling us cowards and traitors, and you say that to a Vlandian noble at your peril. Nereid should have known what he was doing. We joined the Sturgians. I did not fight in the battle. I stood on a hill telling my commanders where to go and who to attack, and we did rather well, I think you've heard. Still, we took losses, heavy losses, and gained little. And for this, the barons blamed me, even though it was their idea to fight. I learned that day that a king should always lead, never follow. But it was a bitter lesson. Oh, right, you're a king. Kind of missed that. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And I bid you guys adieu as well, at least for a moment. So as I was sitting in Galand, waiting to possibly be able to take part in the tournament there, I realized that our time there would be best spent at least doing some of the blacksmithing I said that we would also do as a bit of a backup for funds. However, I noticed that we were severely lacking any sort of hardwood to change into charcoal, so I decided to just make our way up here to the north into Batanian lands, started recruiting some additional troops. As you can see, we already recruited 10 additional archer units, and bumped into Melidr here, who also has part of the Nereid's Folly storyline. So let's go talk to her courier with a marriage offer for Nias and from Elis. Who? The couple appear to be compatible. Do you accept? Derthert, head of the Daymerok. Wait, he's the one that we just talked to earlier. He wants to marry his kinswoman Elis to our brother Niasen. Can I can't. I'm clicking N, but I can't check what her age is or anything. We don't know if she's good, but you know what? Sure. On the 18th day of autumn, Elis married Niasen. Okay, she seems young enough. Not the most beautiful flower in the garden, but hey. Do we consider this a political marriage? It is a Vlandian noble, after all. I'm guessing that's Deathhead over there. And I believe that's us. Alright. He is married. Okay, we can... No, no, stop, stop. I don't want to see that again. Close that. But let me check now. Let me check this. Not character, but clan. Yes, and Elise. What can we find out about you? You're a charmer. You're a good trader. You're good with writing, apparently. Staying at Televille Castle. Fair enough. Calculating. Merciful. Why can I not check your age, though? Elise. Is that her? Culture of Landia. I believe that's her, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Age 22. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. She's married to Nyasen. Yeah, that's her. 22 years old. Our brother is 25. I see why the game thought they were compatible. Fair enough. Okay, so adolescence. Choose a gift. A gift, huh? At her 14th birthday, you gave Athene a special present. You have her treasure it and believe it will shape who she is. You gave her a well-balanced sword, which would increase her one-handed. A magnificent steed, which increases her riding. A treatise on... treatise... I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, English is not my first language. Sure, on Siegecraft, a book on Siegecraft, which would increase her engineering further up. Look at that, she's actually a really good engineer. A finely carved game board with which to increase her tactics, a well-tempered bow to increase her bowmanship, or a trip to your realm's court, which I don't yet have, mind you, which would increase her charm. I'm legitimately not sure. I think I actually, she is amazing in engineering already. I feel like I should make sure to support that and make her even better at it. Or a tactician, possibly? For cunning? Intelligence. I think I'll do this. A treatise. Sure, a book. In adolescence, she began to take serious responsibilities and compete with adults as a near equal. She managed to... Okay, how old are you? I thought you were 14. But fair enough, 14 at that time. Yeah. Defeat her fencing instructor. Okay. Win a race, craft a weapon, even more engineering, learn the arts of healing, become a crack shot, trade like a veteran merchant. You know what? If we're gonna go all the way. Let's go. Engineering. Outside events also intruded on Athene's adolescence. You believe she was particularly shaped by an outbreak of unrest. This event increased her skills in charm and leadership. Outbreak of unrest, huh? Literally being kidnapped by some raiders, and then, well, almost continue to be held as a slave, but we managed to save her. After a particularly hot winter, your tenants began to murmur about rising up and seizing your granaries. Athene convinced them to be patient and wait for relief. Again, we don't have tenants. Charm and leadership gain focus. I mean, sure, okay, that one was not something in our control. So, engineering gains 1 focus point and 5 skill points. Intelligence is increased by 1. Okay, engineering gains 1 focus point and 5 skill points. Good. And charm and leadership gain 1 and a focus point and 5 skill points. Sounds good. Alright, what about Farok over here? You are usually away from your estate, but when you are able to spend time with Farok, you encouraged him to develop. I think we'll go with strength for you, though. His strength. Be vigorous. Or endurance, possibly. Possibly better. Let's not forget, I'm not sure how far we can take him along the endurance line, but that does give an additional vigor or control. He's already a pretty good athletics and smithing, so let's support that. One day the child asks you which of your skills was most useful to you. You thought for a while and answered engineering, leadership, which he already has a point in. That's pretty good. Polearm, tactics, steward, engineering. Let's go with leadership. While spending time with the child, you notice that he shows real ability in writing. That's even better. Look at that. Point in endurance. Or rather, not point in endurance, but sub-skill in endurance. Alright, that was good. That was good. Let us talk with...
I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger.
Peace to you as well, stranger. Momer Melidir. I am Melidir of the Fane Uvain, one of the ancient lineages of the Botanians. I am Lord of Karabanseth. I'm always looking for good fighters. If you ask about me, I suspect you'll be told that I take good care of my men. Okay, we're already basically being slightly hinted towards possibly wanting to fight on their side. Not sure who these two are, though, but they're your companions, okay? Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pandriac? Well, King Caladog's great victory. Who would dare say anything to tarnish its shine? King Errol disappeared while hunting, and Caladog became king. He leads the tribes to war. Oh, we were eager enough, even though Errol had made a truce with the Emperor, sealed by oaths. When we were dazzled with the prospect of vengeance, who cares about our sacred word and honor? Oh, wow. Wow. The ambush. Masterfully planned and executed. That none can deny. But I will also not deny that the Sturgians fought the main body of the Imperial forces, and the Vlandians fought their famous cavalry. So I don't think the greatest glory went to the sons of Britannia. At the end of the day, what have we gained? The Sturgians hate us worse than ever. The Vlandians too. The Empire, I suppose, is shattered. What can I say? I believe that war should have a goal. But I am in a minority, it seems, among our people. Wow. Okay, well, you seem to have a good head on your shoulders, though. We'll make sure you don't lose it. Or at least try and make sure you don't lose it. Because I do believe that we will be fighting either for the Botanians... I don't think it's going to be either for the Botanians, but it's probably going to be specifically for the Botanians. And we'll try... that way we can actually try and raise up an army of Fiends here that will be able to defeat pretty much anybody. Alright, well, I'll continue moving up north, buying some more wood, possibly doing another tournament or two, and make our way back to Galan, where I hope the tournaments are still going on. Jacqueline also has, or rather had a tournament while we passed through, but I still only had like 20% HP, so naturally I did not yet take part in that. What is our current... Oh... We gained... Okay. We gained enough charm over here somehow, somewhere. What did I do to gain that? 89. Huh. Did I miss something? How did we gain so much in such a short amount of time? I mean, I'm definitely putting a focus here, because we are out of out of the bonus. Okay, so Renown when a tournament is won. That is the one that we are going for right now for sure. Renown and influence for each issue resolved, or 30 influence gained from battles. That is going to be amazing, especially while we are in our mercenary phase. Forgivable grievances, plus 20% chance of avoiding critical failure on persuasion. And also personal, 5% daily chance to increase relations with a random lord or notable with negative relations with you when you enter a settlement. Meaningful favors, 10% chance for double persuasion success, or 5% daily chance to increase relations with powerful notables in the governed settlement. Chance of avoiding critical failure on persuasion, or 10% chance for double persuasion success. I think we'll go with a double persuasion success, honestly. Right, who else is here? Haminar the Fatherless, no, but Niasen. Yeah, this is gonna be a little while here, huh? Let's see, damage and longer stun. I think what will we actually have him do? I think we will have him either control our archer line, and we have Hamindar over here control the footman. And we can, because his bow is already pretty darn good. Then again, our footmen, I'm not sure if our, like, shield wall, at least at the beginning, will have a commander, because I don't want the commander to die, and the shield wall will always, of course, be a, sponge for damage. But we'll see. But I do think that we'll have him be the commander of our bow unit. Though, look at that. He's so good in melee combat as well. His riding is also very good, so we could also have him just be another hero for our riding boys, also known as cavalry. At any rate, let's just go through this. 50% damage and long stun duration with shield bashes, or let's actually check the personal captain as well. Damage taken by infantry in shield wall formation. Combat skill to troops in your formation. I think we go. I lead 2-1. I don't think we really do much shield bashing. We'll do this. Well, I don't think the AI at least does. Personal swing speed with one-handed weapons. Security and govern, or with axes and maces. I think one-handed weapons, because he will have a shield. Though he does currently have a mace, I know, but yeah. Personal 5% damage with one-handed weapons while mounted. Remove movement speed penalty of wielding shields. I mean, we did just say that he will most likely be a cavalry hero, or a mounted one. Personal 20% damage while wielding a one-handed weapon without a shield. 2 hit points, double amount of renown gained from tournaments. 5% experience to melee troops in your party after every battle. 5% experience to melee troops in your party after every battle, but that's as a party leader. I think we go for this. Larger shield protection area against projectiles. Damage to your shield while blocking in the wrong direction. Larger shield protection area against projectiles to troops in your formation while in shield wall formation. Larger shield protection area against projectiles to troops in your formation just in general. That's good. 10% of the total experience again as a bonus to infantry after battles as party leader. As governor, 30 garrison limit. Party leader, 2 daily experience to infantry in your army. Or garrison wages. We'll go with that. Alright, that's one-handed. Two-handed. Handling to two-handed weapons, 30 plus 30 two-handed skills, 30% damage to shields with two-handed weapons. I think handling still. 10% damage with two-handed axes and maces. Swing speed with two-handed. Or as captain, plus 2% damage by infantry in your formation. Swing speed 2 infantry in your formation. But he won't have infantry in his formation is the thing. I guess that. Baptized in blood. 5 experience to infantry in your party for each enemy you kill with a two-handed weapon. 30% chance of knocking the enemy down with a heavy hit. You know what? That sounds good. 50% damage to mounts with two-handed mounts. With two-handed weapons. 40% damage to shields with two-handed weapons. Damage against shields by troops in your formation goes up. Damage to mounts by troops in your formation. I think this, because they will be charging into enemy cavalry and whatnot. 20% damage with two-handed weapons while you have less than half of your hit points. Or 15% damage with two-handed weapons while you have more than 90% of your hit points. Let's go with that one. Good God, this is gonna be so much. 2% damage with polearms while mounted. For sure. Chance of dismounting enemy cavalry with a heavy hit. 30% chance of knocking enemies back with thrust attacks made with polearms. Yep, 10% thrust damage with polearms. Skill to infantry in your formation. Speed to infantry in your formation. Again, why only infantry? 5% swing speed with polearms or thrust damage with polearms. Thrust damage. Though, granted, while riding horseback, you do usually couch your lance, but if you don't have the time to speed up, you will be thrusting that. Personal, 2% combat movement speed with polearms. 25% chance of knocking the enemy down with a heavy hit. Combat movement speed. 20% damage bonus from speed with polearms while mounted. 30% damage bonus from speed with polearms by troops in your formation. Okay, this one is for both. To mounts with all... No, that one would be if we were spear infantry. He's a spear cavalryman. Guards, 50% damage when you hit an enemy in the head with a polearm. Okay, that should be a given. 20% experience gained to garrison cavalry. Okay. 30% chance of your lance staying couched after a kill. You know what? Let's go with that one. Skewer. Negative 30% accuracy penalty while moving. Headshot damage. We'll go with that. Bodkin, 10% armor penetration with bows. Armor penetration with bows by troops in your formation. Movement speed penalty while reloading. 3% movement speed to archers in your formation. I think this. Not like he's gonna have any bows anyway. Negative 50 accuracy while rotating. Reload speed with bows. 5% accuracy penalty to archers in your formation. Or reload speed to troops in your formation. But it's only bow reloading, right? Like we mostly have throwing units, cavalry rather. Let's just do that. Party leader gains party size, and that's almost an automatic decision on that one. 25% faster aiming with crossbows. Crossbow attacks ignore armors below 20. Faster aiming, crossbow damage to mounts. Reload speed with crossbows. That's always good, at least in tournaments. 30 accuracy loss while moving, or headshot damage with crossbows. Again, this is basically just if he ends up being in a tournament fight like that. Draw speed with throwing weapons. Damage to shields with throwing weapons. Shields with throwing weapons by troops in your formation. Draw speed with throwing... Yeah, we'll do that one. Flexible fighter. 10% damage while using throwing weapons as melee. 15 control skills of infantry. 15 vigor skills of archers in your formation. Neither. Just damage to mounts with throwing weapons. Damage to mounts with throwing... Yep. Negative 20 accuracy penalty with throwing weapons while mounted, or ammunition for throwing weapons. Ammunition for throwing weapons to troops in your party. Plus 10 damage with throwing weapons by by troops in your formation. Definitely that one. Riding. Plus 10% or damage dealt. We'll go with that one, honestly. Hit points to your mount. Chance of your mount dying or becoming lame after the battle. Carry capacity to pack animals as party leader. 30% party speed bonus from mounted foot troops. Probably won that one. Accuracy penalty while mounted. Is that party leader? No, that's personal, okay. Or to your mount to party speed. Negative 15% accuracy penalty to mounted troops in your party. I believe that one's better, honestly. Yeah, get hit points. Weapon handling while on foot. Armor weight. Combat movement speed to foot troops. Just armor weight or weapon handling while on honestly that. Persuasion chance. Crafting stamina rate. Party size if party leader, plus 5 party limit, and negative 10% escape. Honestly, second one. 4% damage with melee weapons and melee weapons to troops in your formation. 5 combat movement speed when you have no shields and no ranged weapons equipped. First one. Okay, none in smithing, none in scouting. Tactics, just 1 point. Negative 10, what is it? Negative 10% damage to your infantry from ranged troops when troops are sent to confront the enemy. 25% morale penalty when troops in your formation use line, loose, circle, or scatter formations. Or tied formations, 10% damage by your infantry to cavalry when troops are sent to confront the enemy. 25% morale penalty when troops in your formation use shield, wall, square. To your infantry. I guess it's party leader, so, Sure. We'll do that. Just be virile. I don't think we need you to have renown gained. That's going to be our job. +1 renown and influence for each issue resolved or relationship. Influence gained from battles, but that's just personal for him. So in this case, it's just what the party leader bonus is. +1 relation with a random noble of your kingdom when an enemy lord is defeated. +1 relation with a random lord of your kingdom when an enemy lord is defeated. With a random notable of your kingdom, or with a random lord. Honestly, warlord probably. Despite everything, leadership 2 experience as party leader to troops in party. To all troops in party, I think, is per day to tier 1 and 2 troops. That gets them up faster. That does get them up faster, but I believe we went with the first one for us as well. 8 battle morale at the beginning of a battle when defending. Recruitment rate +4 starting battle morale when attacking. I think we're mostly going to be attacking, honestly, so let's do that. Trade. Your profits are marked. Your profits are marked. Okay, negative, but that's just as a party leader. Price penalty while selling trade goods. Price penalty while selling equipment. Let's... We'll do goods. Caravan master. 30% capacity for your party. If you're a quartermaster. Okay. So I can give him that and make him a quartermaster right now. Cost of borrowing for safe passage. As clan leader, he's not clan leader. You know what? Sure, we'll do that. And stewardship over here. Frugal. -5% wages in your party if quartermaster. Or food consumption in your party. Let's do the wages. +2 daily experience to all troops in your party. Sure. Negative in your party while it is part of an army, okay. Or production rate to own workshops. But that's personal. We'll do that. Alright. Now we have a bunch of skills still to do. But let me just not forget this little fact that we did here. So I'm gonna say done. To explain to anybody that jumped over to this point, in trade we took that the caravan master trait. So as quartermaster, +30% carrying capacity for your entire party. So what I'm essentially just gonna do now is make him our quartermaster. If I figure out... I forgot how to do this. Parties, there we go. And Niasen should become... Where are you? Hamindar. Niasen, there we go. We don't have anything else here. I guess we could place ourselves a surgeon here. And do Hamindar as our scout. And that is it. We'll say done there. 215. How much did our inventory go up? Plenty, actually. More than plenty. That was like 1,200. Alright. Nice, 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 nice. I am happy about that one. Sorry, but yeah, just to really quickly do this as well for Niasen. Let's see. What do we want him to focus on? We want him to focus on being a badass on the battlefield, I believe. So let's give a couple of points into writing. Let's give a couple of points more into one-handed. Let's give him some vigor. In endurance, what are the chances he actually gets? All the way to here. You know what? I'll do it. I'll give him 8 points in that. Let's give him a couple more here. Writing, he's good. Smithing, I'll give him 1 more point there. Polearm is definitely something that he should be focusing on as well. So we'll give him another point in vigor. I'm not sure if we're going to have him be a commander of his own force, honestly. But let's give like a point each into these. Control, I mean, I'll give him 1 point in control and give him a couple points into throwing as well, because he does have some throwing weapons. But more... There we go. Okay. Sorry, that took a while. Right. Onwards to... Let's see. Dunglanis, where I hope that we can actually get some hardwood for our continued adventures. So I've been going around winning some tournaments and whatnot. And since our clan is now tier 1, and yeah, we're getting close to tier 2, I believe that with a couple of more tournaments we will be able to get up to clan tier 2. But since we're clan tier 1 right now, we can actually have additional companions. And, you know, I was talking earlier how I think Hamindar could be a commander for the archer line, while Niasen and myself will be commanders and, well, I guess hero units within the cavalry division. Or split cavalry divisions, we'll see what we do with that. But we do still require some additional companions for other areas. Granted, Ties the swordsman here, he doesn't have anything spectacularly good, as in like he doesn't have medicine, he doesn't have scouting or anything like that, but he's just an all-around good soldier that I think we would benefit from. So I am actually interested in getting him on our side.
Peace to you, stranger.
Peace to you as well. My name is Cillian, sir. Tell me about yourself. I will tell you my story. I haven't spoken of this before to anyone. Perhaps it's the wine here, but know that if you speak of this to anyone else, I'll cut your tongue out. I have a gift, from the heavens perhaps, or perhaps from somewhere else. I have never met anyone I could not kill in a fair fight, but I do not like wars. Armies are full of crude men, boasters, drunks, rape. I have another specialty. Say you had a man you wanted to kill, who you would pay to kill. I could find him, bump into him, mutter an insult. He would pull out his blade, and that would be the last mistake he would ever make. But as I said, it would be a fair fight. I do not kill from behind. It is dishonorable. But there was a lord, a customer of mine, who had no honor, and he refused to pay me. And having no honor, he laughed at my insults. He did not pull his blade. He had his men drive me away. I can kill one man, but not 3 at once. So here I am. What you call honor? I'm not sure that's the best word for it. Yeah? Yeah? No? But? Well, for now, I do not know what to do with myself. Perhaps I could consider joining a warband if the commander was well-bred and kept his word. Right now, I'm between jobs, so if you've got any work for me, I'm willing to discuss it. I can use someone like you in our company. Okay, he's not that expensive. We'll keep him. We'll take him. Welcome to the party. Right, yeah, sure enough, our party wages have gone up quite a bit due to the fact that we did recruit quite a few additional troops. We are now at 60, so once we get to clan level 2, I think we should start looking to possibly join the Botanians. Wait, are the Botanians actually at war with anybody? Let us check that. Tick, 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 tick. Home, not settlement, sorry. Kingdoms. Britannia, they are currently at war with the Western Empire. All right. So we could join them and annoy the Western Empire's troops a little bit. It would be a good idea to actually level up our troops as well, but I think that as soon as we get the mercenary contract with the Battanians, we can increase the level of our troops by fighting the bandits and looters and whatnot before we actually go and fight the Empire proper over here. Until then, I will continue going about, do another tournament 2, 3, 4, 5, however long it takes, as well as I will be doing a little bit more smithing. We're already, speaking of which, actually, didn't I? Yeah, I actually gained a level from fighting in the tournaments here. Let's see, handling one-handed weapons, damage, and longer stun duration with shield bashes. We don't really shield bash, to be completely honest, so we'll just go with the second one. And in smithing, efficient charcoal maker, no, I think that's what will make one of our companions. We, on the other hand, will be producing crude iron more efficiently by obtaining 3 units of crude iron from 1 unit of iron ore. Actually, charcoal production produces 3 units of charcoal from 2 units of hardwood. This is definitely what we want to do. The Curious Smelter. So whoever becomes an efficient iron maker will probably just take them down this line while we really want to do the learning rate ourselves. So you know what? I will take the efficient charcoal maker. Actually, no. If needed, we'll be doing this. The efficient charcoal maker will be somebody else. How far are you? You haven't done any smithing, but how far are you, Niasen? Oh, you're missing 1 level, and I can make you the charcoal maker, which means that he will be able to make plenty more. So we won't be losing as much hardwood as we're losing now, and we can actually proceed with our blacksmithing and making money off of that. Right now, if I just give you a little update as to how we are doing, Strat Gaming, I have to give him a shout out because a lot of what I'm doing is based on a lot of the things that I've seen in his guide videos and whatnot. He's an amazing source of information, an amazing source of just straight out statistics. Honestly, he goes into such details about which formations are best, which units are best, etc., etc., etc. So a lot of what I do definitely pick up from him as well. And he honestly showed that apparently making two-handed weapons is one of the easiest ways of essentially increasing your income from blacksmithing. So we've already unlocked 22 parts. If we go to free build and let's just show unlocked pieces, we'll of course increase the size of this. Take the pieces that give the most damage, which I believe will be this one here, and we can forge it. And let's just go and check if we wanted to trade, how much could we make off of that forged two-handed sword. 551. That's not that good, but keep in mind this is only a tier 3 weapon with very, very basic crafting parts. We will be, of course, increasing those, and the way you learn additional bits and pieces is, of course, by smelting the weapons you also create. So while it might seem a little bit confusing why we're essentially smelting everything instead of selling it, it is for the purpose of learning new pieces over here so that we can forge better swords, smelt them once again to learn even better parts, and like that come to the parts that will be making us the big money. Every now and then, of course, I do still sell a sword or two just to make sure that we keep up with our party wages, but with all the tournaments and everything that we've been doing, things have been quite well. I will see you in a moment. Alright, so, after winning another tournament over here in Nortizia, I did find, finally, a village with a mine that has the necessary quests. So, this is what we've been looking for. Issue: landowner needs manual laborers. Now, we do have quite a few prisoners in our party, 22 in total. Right, let me move you up. We also, some of our Botanian highborn youth are already ready to upgrade without, of course, doing any fighting due to our perks. But let's get rid of these prisoners and see how fast we can actually travel on the map afterwards. Talk.
So who are you then?
Meritor, I own land around here. I speak for many people in this village. I've heard your name. Okay. I heard you need some help with the problem. I have a mine near here. We have an unfortunate accident a week back. 2 workers were crushed to death. It's a great shame, but work must go on. Trouble is, no one wants to come back. If perhaps you could find me some prisoners. Prisoners? You want criminals or war captives? They need to be criminals, bandits, for me to do this legally. I need at least 13 of them, but if you can bring me, I will. But if you can bring me more, I will gladly accept. I'm willing to pay 10 times more than their market price for each. What do you say? And the other way, if you have a companion who understands this type of work and 11 men, I can tell him where to go to get their hands on some prisoners. So you know where they're located, huh? I'll bring you the 13. Okay, and we are done. About the task you gave me, yes, I brought you a few men. Keep them coming, sure. Bada beam, bada boom, all of them. Anything else? There, here's all I've got. Let's settle up and finish this business. There we go, 1,300 for that. Pretty sure we lost a lot more men trying to capture these prisoners than we just earned, but hey. What works, works. We still also have to talk with 4 more nobles regarding the Neretz's folly before we can continue and, quote-unquote, learn what this Dragon Banner is all about. I was told that there is a tournament in John Mari's. What is this? Cillian has lost his merciful trait. So what are we now? We are now generous and honest. I mean, I'll take it. I will certainly take it. I saw something here. Okay. Hamindar. 1 focus point. Let's see. What do we want to put him in? What do we want to put him in? We did say that we decided now to make him a bow expert. Bowmanship does require some athletics, I would say. And you know what? I will put I will put 1 point. Yeah, 1 point into smithing, just so he actually learns, like, gets to the 25 I need to at least make him an efficient charcoal maker. Also, he already has 4 focus points in bow, so an additional 1 won't do much of a difference now. But, of course, we will give that to him eventually, as well as, like I said, athletics, I think, will be good on him. How is he doing on, just out of curiosity, where... Huh. Yeah, okay, maybe he's not the best person to have as our scout. 5, 6, 52. We don't really have a scout per se. So I guess... Actually, he does at least have 1 focus point in scouting, so maybe we give Thais the scouting position. Let's actually do that. The clan parties and give you scouting. There you go. Engineer, let's see who has the best engineering. 0, 3, 8, 0. My boy, you could go into engineering. Eventually, I think our sister is going to be our main engineer. Just from the looks of her, she was massively interested in engineering or massively focused on engineering already. But you know what? For now, just so that we have all of this filled out, let's give you engineering here. Quartermaster is Niasen. He's given us quite a bit of bonuses, which is awesome. We can also still recruit 5 more units. I did say I wanted to possibly go back down into the Asarai lands and get ourselves 5 more cavalry units. And I might do that, but not right now. I think that the 22 we have right now will have to suffice. With the other 35, I think, give or take, being archers. That's gonna be pretty wicked. Anyway, guys, this has been an episode, a bit of an, shall we say, update, a bit of quick forward to us having enough troops to possibly start going up to Britannia, becoming a mercenary, starting to fight at least their bandits at first, and then smaller parties of imperial units that we can find. Getting our blacksmithing ahead and whatnot, and apparently losing our merciful trade while doing it. But yeah, in the next episode, we will head up to Britannia. In between episodes, I will still be going about doing some tournaments, try and make our clan tier up to clan tier 2. What is that? I'm missing 42 renown points, so essentially that is 5-1 tournaments and like a somewhat larger battle or so, or just let's say 6 tournaments and that's it, and we will be at clan tier 2. At any rate, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I have been Kaiser. I will see you guys next time, and until then, as always, ad gloriam.